how's it going? So, in my last video you saw me complete the cosplay I'm doing for MCM Expo on the Sunday, which is Himari Takakura from Mawaru Penguindrum. And if you'll recall, I said in my first video of this series that I wouldn't just be stopping at the cosplay itself, I was also going to make the penguin prop to go with it. So I've spent the last week or so working on this penguin, and here is the final result. Here she is. Here is penguin number 3. I don't know how well you can see because of how massive she is. She's bigger than Marshmallow, which is quite an achievement. Yeah, this is the penguin I've managed to come up with for my Himari cosplay, so I can officially say that my cosplay is finished and ready to go for Expo. Throughout this video you're going to see basically how I got around to making the penguin, all the different things I did, all the different skills I learned in making it, and at some point in the near future I'm going to be uploading the pattern pieces that I made to make this penguin, so that if you guys want to make the penguin yourselves, you can do so. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you again very soon for more videos. Bye! Hey guys! So currently I'm working on my pattern for my penguin plush for my Himari cosplay. This is what I have so far. Just an outline of the penguin's the white part of the penguin with its face and basically the shape there, and then here is the outline of the whole penguin shape. And what I've done is add seam allowance and then cut it into straight lines, as it were, rather than curved ones, because hopefully once it's all sewn together it will be a bit more curved round. The way I did this was to get a picture of the penguin and move the image so that it was the size that I wanted it, and then I traced around the outside here for the main sort of face of the penguin, the white front part, and then I measured like distances from here to the edge of the blue, so I knew how much blue I would need on the edge, and that is what I came up with. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to explain how I did it, and I have done it quite quickly. So what I need to do now is cut the pattern out and find some mock-up fabric to put it on, and then I will do a mock-up and see how it looks. Okay, so I've finished making my pattern pieces. Here they all are. This is the front. You may recognise it from what I was doing earlier. So yeah, this is the front, and this is the back. I've added the 2 spiky bits that go on the penguin's head at the back, and I've also added a bit extra and added the pointy tail. It's cut off ever so slightly, but I'm just going to add that on myself in a bit, and obviously there's the bit that's going to be white at the front. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is, this is some old fabric that I don't have any use for basically, and I don't have any other mock-up fabric, so I'm going to use this as my mock-up fabric. I'm going to cut out 2 of those and 2 of those, and then I'm going to stitch it all together and see what it looks like. Hello! So I managed to finish cutting out all the mock-up pieces for the penguin I'm making, and it's been a little while since then, but I've gotten around to stuffing the mock-up with small bits of fabric, and this is what I've come up with. It does need work. The pattern is going to need a fair bit of work. For starters, this bit is really square, so this is like the face, where the face is going to be. If I get the pattern, put the pattern over the face, it looks a little bit better than what it does right now. But I'm going to have to curl this round so it's a bit rounder. These are what the spikes currently look like, so they're a bit off. So I'm going to pull them down so that they're a bit more like that, so that they just lie a bit flatter and look a bit better. And then this arch here is just a bit too inward, so I'm going to extend that, make that a little wider. The tail currently isn't properly stuffed, but is also a bit off basically, and I still obviously need to sort out the bottom. You can see I've stuffed it like with bits of fabric, so hopefully once it's filled with stuffing it'll look a bit better. And the other thing is the fins are not quite right either, so I'm going to have to make the fins probably a bit bigger. But otherwise it's not looking too bad. So now what I've done is alter the pattern pieces, particularly the back, but on the front I've just added the fin here. What I might do is make it a more, a less angled curve between the side of the penguin and the fin, but I've added a bit extra onto it just to make it a bit bigger. And I've also done the same on the back with the fin. Also, because originally this bit was a lot higher up, so what I've done is fold it over the back to make it lie flatter. I've added a bit more to the back so that it's not bunched up like it was. And I've made the tail fin a bit bigger and a bit more obvious. If you look there, you can see where the original fin was, and now you can see there where I've changed it. So yeah, I've made quite a few changes to the pattern, so hopefully now it'll be as it needs to be, and I'm just going to delve straight in and get on with making the actual penguin. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Yo, so I'm just going to show you what I'm doing at the moment. I've started cutting out the pattern pieces with the felt, well, not felt, sorry, fleece over there. I always get those two mixed up. And this is the front here, and what I've actually done is get the face and put it on the piece that I cut out and cut around it so that there's an empty space. And then what I'm doing is putting that on top of the white fabric that's going to be the face, and provided I'm patient enough, I'm going to embroider around here so that basically the white will be there underneath rather than me trying to embroider over the top, because that will hopefully look neater and just a bit nicer really than me trying to fiddle around with it going over the top. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that that's what I'm doing, and now I'm going to carry on doing the same. So yeah. Yo everyone, so I have some more fabric which I'm going to be using to make my penguin. These I got ages ago from Hobbycraft, and they were all part of the fat quarter that I bought, and I've just rediscovered them and realised I can actually use them. So I have some yellow here for the penguin feet. I have some orange that I'll use for the beak, and I also have some pink which will serve for the bow that penguin number 3 wears. So yeah, once I've made the whole big penguin, I will use these to make the other parts and sew it all together. So yeah, see how we go. Hey, I've pinned the 2 front bits of the penguin pattern onto the white bit, so I'm now going to be brave and try embroidering it on. Let's hope this goes well. Yo, I sewed the white bits onto the penguin front. Woo. I'm really surprised at how neatly this came out, considering how much I struggled with the stripes on the top that I was making. This has come out really neatly, especially on this side. This was the second go I had, because this is the second half that I did. And yeah, for me, I don't know how well you can see, it's not very good light right now because it's getting really dark outside and I'm having to switch on my bedroom light. But yeah, it's pretty neat for me. Unfortunately, the only problem I've got is that although I thought I'd measured enough white, I actually haven't, and I need to add more white to here. But apart from that, this is looking quite good at the moment, so I'm gonna sew the two pieces together so that they form the penguin face, and then I'm going to add a bit more white here, although it's a bit of a pain because it's going to look a bit messy. I kind of need to do it that way because I don't have enough white fabric to do it otherwise, but hopefully it shouldn't look too bad. And then I'm going to sew on the eyes and work out how I'm going to put on the beak. So woohoo! Guys, I have a penguin face! Yay! I've finally put the pieces together for the front of the penguin. You can see where I had to add the extra white, but it doesn't look too bad, and predominantly that's going to be quite low, well, it is going to be quite low down on the penguin anyway. So yeah, it's all together and it's starting to come into shape. I think what I'm going to do is trim a little gap here, because then when I fill out the fins they will actually be able to flap around and move rather than just being like stuck like they were in the mock-up. So I'm going to snip those very carefully so they can be proper fins. And what I'm going to do at some point is put on the eyes, work out where I'm putting the beak, and yeah, that should be it for the front of it. What I'm going to do now is I have somewhere, there they are, I have, that's scraps, I have the front, well, the two back pieces of the penguin. You can't see it very well right now, but I'm going to get these pieces and sew them together now, and then at some point sew them to the front here once all the decorative stuff is on. So yeah, and then once that's all done I'll stuff it and make the bottom and it will be nearly finished. Yo, I'm embroidering the eyes for the penguin. I was going to try just gluing on this little white bit onto some black fabric, but that didn't work out, so I'm literally just embroidering it on by hand, which I didn't want to do, but has to be done. So and that's where it's gonna go on there, and I'm hopefully going to embroider around there, but it is a bit small, so I might have to hand embroider that as well. And there'll be another one there. Oh, got dust on it. And then I might just add like a little lash then, for because it's the girly number 3 penguin, so I'll add the little eyelash. And there you go. Penguin has eyes! They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but they are eyes and they have little eyelashes to go with. I ended up hand embroidering both the white bits, but the black I actually managed to machine embroider, which is good. Now I'm going to move on to the beak. And then I'm gonna sew the front pieces and back pieces together. Right, so at last I now have a penguin! I've put the front and the back together, turned it the right way round, put on the beak, eyes are all done. I'll turn it over so you can see the back, the sort of hair, pointy hair bits are done, the tail is all going to be pointy, and yeah, generally it's pretty much nearly there. I'm going to make her little bow separately and put that on after she's all stuffed. The fins look a little dodgy at the moment, but to be honest they're better than what they were, and they do actually stick out and move around, so that's good. But so far I think I might be almost finished with this, which is great. So I'm gonna start stuffing. I hope I've got enough stuffing, because looking at it, it is quite big and I only got 2 bags of stuffing, so I'm really hoping that I've got enough. If not, I'll have to go buy some more. But yeah, I'm gonna start stuffing it now and see what we end up with. Gosh, look at all the stuffing! I didn't think there was going to be enough, but that's like half the bag and half of it's in the penguin, which is working. Ah! Oh my god, I'm just overwhelmed by stuffing right now, and I have Mawaru Penguindrum on in the background to keep me going. Yay! Hey guys, just making the little feet now for the penguin. It's the penultimate thing I have to do. Although I've made the bottom of the penguin, so they're waiting. Ah, how cute is that? Yeah, I've made the bottom, but I need to sew it on. But before I sew it on, I want to get these feet done. So I'm just about to do the second one, and then the last thing, the very last thing I will have to do is make the bow out of the pink fabric on there. So yeah, without further ado, let's keep going. So guys, after however long of making this, I've literally just spent all day making this. My penguin is finished. She's all ready to go with my Himari cosplay. I've got her picture up there, I don't know how well you can see it on there, and then I've got my actual penguin. Yay! So I finished the feet. They're not the neatest feet in the world. Basically this whole thing is not the neatest thing in the world, but it's taken me so long, and basically the pattern worked, which is a miracle because I've never made a proper plushie before, and I'm really excited about how well this came out. I've also made the little bow. I haven't sewn it on because what I thought I might do is actually pin it, so that if I want to, I can just take it off and then cover up her little eyelashes, and she can just be a penguin too. So yeah, basically I can just sort of go between penguins if I want to, really. I'll show you the side view. Yeah, so I managed to get the tail just right as well, which is good. The only thing that I'm not pleased with myself about is the bottom, because although this bit came out really well, although it's currently covered in loads of bits of cotton, I didn't sew this properly like I should have done. What I should have done was slip stitch it, but it was going to take too long, and to be honest, no one's really gonna see the bottom anyway. So yeah, that is my penguin finished. So yeah, I'm gonna sit with her now and sort of say goodbye. So thanks very much for watching this video, guys. I will put up my pattern pieces for this so that if you want to use them you can. Yeah, and the next time we see you will be in London. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you again soon. Bye!